Welcome, dear listener, to Whispered Tales, where the echoes of ancient myths and the murmurs of forgotten worlds come alive. Tonight, we embark on a journey to the heavens, to the heights of Mount Olympus, and to the very roots of creation itself. Let me take you by the hand and guide you into the shimmering tapestry of myth and legend, where gods and mortals dance between fate and freedom. Close your eyes and imagine a time before time, a place where chaos reigned and the stars were yet to shine. From this boundless void, the cosmos stirred, and the first whispers of life took form. It is here, amidst the clash of titans and the rise of Olympians, that our story begins. A tale of power, rebellion, and the eternal struggle for balance, a tale of Zeus, the king of the gods, and the world he sought to shape. Feel the soft rustle of the wind across the peaks of Olympus. Hear the distant rumble of thunder, a reminder of Zeus's might as he watches over the cosmos. Imagine the golden halls of the gods, where justice and passion intertwine, and where the fate of mortals is etched into the stars. Tonight, we delve into the drama and grandeur of the ancient world, where love and betrayal, courage and fear, creation and destruction all play their parts. Let this tale flow through you like a gentle stream, carrying you to a place of wonder and dreams. As you settle into this journey, I invite you to follow Whispered Tales, where myths come to life in a soothing embrace of whispers. There are countless stories yet to be told, waiting just beyond the veil of sleep. So, relax, breathe deeply, and let yourself drift into the timeless beauty of these ancient narratives. Welcome, and let us begin. Beyond the reach of time, before night or day existed, there was only chaos, a vast, boundless void, silent and shapeless. Chaos reigned as an endless sea of darkness, where no form had yet taken shape, and silence stretched infinitely. From this abyss, a spark emerged, a glimmer of light that marked the first stirring of creation. It was the harbinger of life, the first whisper of order within the void. And from this spark, Gaia was born. Gaia, the great Mother Earth, was the foundation of all existence. With her presence, the world began to take form. The barren emptiness transformed into fertile lands, majestic mountains rose high, and boundless oceans filled the earth. Gaia was the embodiment of life itself, a symbol of strength and abundance. But Gaia was not alone. From chaos, another divine being emerged, Uranus. Uranus, the sky, was vast, infinite, and powerful, wrapping Gaia like a celestial cloak adorned with stars. Gaia and Uranus were the first harmony of the cosmos. Together, they brought balance to the void. Gaia's fertile lands and Uranus's starlit expanse completed each other, and their union sowed the seeds of life. Mighty mountains reached toward the heavens, deep valleys carved into the earth, seas expanded endlessly, and rivers danced across Gaia's surface. Winds began to whisper, stars illuminated the heavens, and for the first time, chaos gave way to the birth of order. Yet this sacred harmony did not just bring forth the beauty of nature, it also laid the foundation for power and authority. Gaia and Uranus, as the rulers of the universe, wielded an unmatched force. This force was not only creative, but also carried within it a subtle unease, a tension born of power itself. For every great power tests its limits, and every order carries the seeds of its own disruption. From chaos emerged a delicate balance that held the magnificence of the universe and the inherent conflict within divine forces. Gaia and Uranus would soon become the parents of the Titans, who would shatter this balance and pave the way for a new era. But for now, the world remained innocent and tranquil, like a newborn cradled in the arms of creation. Gaia's lands thrived with abundance, and Uranus's skies shimmered with starlight. Yet, this serene harmony could not last forever, for every new order carries within it the seeds of its next transformation. The union of Gaia and Uranus not only brought balance to the cosmos, but also gave rise to new life. Gaia, with her fertile and powerful essence, combined with Uranus's starlit sky to create the first children of the universe. These children were the Titans, mighty beings who carried the strength of both their parents, solid and steadfast like the earth, boundless and vast like the sky. The Titans were majestic and formidable, each embodying a unique aspect of nature. Oceanus represented the vast and unending seas, while Hyperion symbolized the radiant sun and the brilliance of the stars. Themis stood for justice and order, and Rhea embodied motherhood and fertility. Each Titan was a reflection of Gaia and Uranus's combined power, representing a different facet of the natural world. Yet these magnificent creations were not only symbols of harmony, but also harbingers of conflict. Gaia's children were not limited to the Titans alone. From her depths also emerged the Cenomanes and the Cyclopes. The Cenomanes, with their 100 hands and 50 heads, were chaotic forces of immense strength, while the Cyclopes, with their single, piercing eyes, symbolized the wrath and raw energy of the heavens. However, these creatures struck fear into Uranus's heart. To him, they were not symbols of balance, but threats to his authority. Fearing their power, Uranus condemned the Cenomanes and the Cyclopes to the depths of Gaia's womb, chaining them in the darkness of the underworld. They were banished to a prison of eternal shadow, forgotten and forsaken. Yet, this act of cruelty did not go unnoticed. Gaia felt the agony of her children, their cries resonating within her very being. A deep resentment toward Uranus began to grow in her heart. The birth of the Titans marked the beginning of a shift in the cosmos. The serene balance of the universe was shaken as Gaia's creative force clashed with Uranus's oppressive rule. This conflict planted the seeds for the first great rebellion and the eventual struggles of the gods. Gaia, determined to protect her children and set them free, began to devise a plan, one that would disrupt the very fabric of the cosmos and lead to an era of turmoil and transformation. It was not just the birth of the Titans, it was the dawning of a new chapter in the cosmic order. As Gaia's children multiplied, so too did Uranus's fear. The Cenomanes, with their 100 hands and terrifying strength, and the Cyclopes, whose single eyes glowed with the intensity of raw power, became symbols of unrest in Uranus's once peaceful reign. Though the Titans were majestic and formidable, Uranus saw the chaotic Cenomanes and Cyclopes as threats to his dominion. He could not allow their might to grow unchecked. Determined to maintain control, Uranus acted with cruelty. He seized the Cenomanes and Cyclopes and hurled them into the depths of Tartarus, a shadowy abyss far beneath Gaia's surface. There, in the cold, suffocating darkness, they were bound in chains, their immense strength rendered useless. Uranus believed he had secured his throne by imprisoning the forces that could one day challenge him. But this act of tyranny did not go unnoticed. Gaia, the nurturing mother of these children, was consumed with grief and anger. She felt their pain as if it were her own. The cries of her bound sons echoed through her being, filling her with a deep sense of betrayal. Uranus, the one who had once been her partner in creation, had turned into a tyrant, ruling with fear and suppression. Gaia's sorrow began to transform into determination. She could no longer stand by as her children suffered in darkness. Slowly, she devised a plan to bring down Uranus's reign and free her imprisoned offspring. This plan, however, would require courage, cunning, and a willing ally among her Titan children. Gaia turned to her sons and daughters, the mighty Titans who had remained free under Uranus's rule. She called them together, revealing Uranus's cruelty and urging them to rise against him. "Your brothers," she said, her voice a mixture of sorrow and resolve, "are bound in chains in the deepest shadows of Tartarus. Will you let their suffering continue, or will you fight for their freedom? The Titans listened, their hearts stirred by their mother's plea. Yet, fear of Uranus's wrath kept most of them silent. Only one among them, Kronos, the youngest and boldest of the Titans, stepped forward. Kronos, ambitious and fearless, agreed to help Gaia. He saw in her plan not only the chance to liberate his brothers, but also the opportunity to seize power for himself. With Gaia's guidance, Kronos prepared for the uprising. She gifted him a sickle, forged from her very essence, sharp enough to cut through even the divine. Together, mother and son laid the groundwork for a rebellion that would shake the heavens and the earth. The stage was set for the first great conflict of the cosmos, a battle that would forever alter the balance of power among the primordial forces. Thus, the seeds of revolution were sown, and the era of Uranus's tyranny drew closer to its end. Gaia's grief and Uranus's fear would collide, heralding the dawn of a new age in the ever-turning wheel of the universe. Gaia's plan to overthrow Uranus required a brave and decisive leader, and that leader was none other than Kronos, the youngest and most ambitious of the Titans. Kronos, harboring a deep resentment toward his father, was fueled by Uranus's tyrannical rule and the anguished cries of his imprisoned brothers. For Kronos, Gaia's proposal was not merely an act of justice, but also an opportunity to seize ultimate power. To arm her son for the rebellion, Gaia gifted Kronos a sickle forged from her very essence. This weapon, sharp and divine, was powerful enough to strike down even the mightiest of beings. This is not just a battle for freedom, Gaia told him. It is a fight for the balance of the cosmos and the liberation of those who suffer. Inspired by his mother's words and driven by his own ambition, Kronos prepared for the momentous act. One night, as Uranus spread his starlit form across the heavens and the world lay silent, Kronos lay in wait. Guided by Gaia, he chose the perfect moment to strike. The stars above seemed to shine brighter, as if heralding the great upheaval that was about to unfold. With the sickle in hand, Kronos watched, his resolve unshaken. When the moment arrived, Kronos sprang into action. With a swift and deliberate strike of the sickle, he overpowered Uranus, severing the sky from the earth. This act not only dethroned Uranus, but also marked a profound shift in the balance of the cosmos. The union between the heavens and the earth was broken, and the reign of Uranus came to an end. This decisive act became known as the first great revolution in the annals of mythology. With Uranus defeated, Kronos fulfilled Gaia's wish by freeing the Cenomanians and the Cyclopes from their dark prison. As they emerged from the shadows of Tartarus, Gaia rejoiced, her heart swelling with relief and pride. Yet, Kronos' victory was not entirely selfless. Having tasted power, he claimed Uranus' throne and crowned himself the ruler of the cosmos, ushering in the era of the Titans, the Golden Age. However, Uranus was not willing to let his downfall go unmarked. As he retreated, his voice rang out in a curse filled with foreboding. Your victory, Kronos, will not last. Just as you overthrew me, one day, your own children will rise against you and cast you down. These words became a prophecy that would haunt Kronos, casting a shadow over his reign. Thus, with Uranus' defeat, the rule of the Titans began. But this triumph did not bring lasting peace. Instead, it set the stage for even greater conflicts to come. Kronos' ascent to power signified not only the beginning of a new era, but also the inevitability of the next struggle between gods and Titans. The seeds of rebellion, planted by Gaia, would continue to grow, waiting for the moment when the cycle of power and upheaval would begin anew. After overthrowing Uranus and seizing the throne, Kronos became the ruler of the cosmos and the leader of the Titans. His reign marked the beginning of what is known in Greek mythology as the Golden Age, a time of peace, abundance, and harmony. During this era, mortals lived in unity with the divine, and the world thrived in a state of pure tranquility. The earth, guided by Gaia's nurturing hand, offered its bounty freely. Crops grew without being sown, and fruit ripened without human toil. Hunger and famine were unknown, for the world provided an abundance for all who lived upon it. Mortals lived long lives untouched by suffering, war, or strife. Even the animals lived in harmony, for in this era, nature itself was at peace. Kronos ruled alongside his Titan siblings, each taking responsibility for a part of the cosmos. Oceanus commanded the seas, Hyperion oversaw the movements of the sun, Rhea nurtured fertility and life, and Themis upheld justice and balance. Together, they worked in harmony, shaping a world of order and prosperity under Kronos' leadership. Yet, beneath this era of peace and plenty, the seeds of future conflict lay dormant. Uranus' curse to Kronos rang in his ears, a dark prophecy that whispered of his downfall. You too shall be overthrown by your own children. This ominous warning haunted Kronos, casting a shadow over his rule. His paranoia grew, threatening to disrupt the very balance he had worked to create. In an act of desperation, Kronos took a grim and horrifying measure to prevent the prophecy from coming true. Each time one of his children was born, he swallowed them whole, ensuring they could never grow to challenge him. Hades, Poseidon, Hera, Demeter, and Hestia were all consumed by their father, their lives extinguished before they could begin. Kronos believed this brutal act would secure his reign, but in doing so, he unknowingly set the stage for a far greater rebellion. The Golden Age, though peaceful and prosperous, was slowly being overshadowed by Kronos' growing fear. The harmony he presided over concealed the simmering tension beneath. Gaia, once again, sensed that intervention was necessary. Kronos' tyranny, born from his paranoia, mirrored the cruelty of Uranus, and the cycle of power and rebellion seemed destined to repeat. Thus, the Golden Age became a paradox, a time of beauty and abundance, yet tainted by fear and the inevitability of conflict. Kronos' reign, both magnificent and tragic, became a pivotal chapter in the cosmic cycle, shaping the destiny of gods and mortals alike. As Kronos continued to devour his children, convinced that he was thwarting the prophecy, he unknowingly laid the groundwork for his own downfall. Rhea, heartbroken by the loss of her children, could no longer bear to watch as each newborn was taken from her. A mother's love fueled her determination, and she resolved to end Kronos' cruelty once and for all. She sought the guidance of Gaia, who had orchestrated Uranus' defeat, and together they devised a plan. When Rhea gave birth to her youngest child, Zeus, she refused to let Kronos condemn him to the same fate as his siblings. With Gaia's help, she hid the infant Zeus in a sacred cave on the island of Crete. There, he would be nurtured and protected, far from Kronos' reach. In Zeus's place, Rhea swaddled a large stone in cloth and presented it to Kronos as if it were her newborn son. Without suspicion, Kronos swallowed the stone, believing he had secured his reign once again. Meanwhile, Zeus was safely hidden, growing stronger under the watchful care of the nymphs and Gaia's protection. In the cave, Zeus was raised with the knowledge that he would one day face his father and bring justice to the cosmos. The nymphs who cared for him ensured that he not only grew in strength, but also understood the importance of his destiny. Rhea's courage and cunning created the first crack in Kronos' seemingly unshakable rule. Though he believed he had eliminated the threat, Zeus's existence represented the hope of a new era. As Zeus grew, so too did the seeds of rebellion that would challenge Kronos' dominion. Rhea's defiance was not just an act of maternal love, it was the spark that would ignite a revolution. Unbeknownst to Kronos, his greatest challenge was quietly preparing to overthrow him. Zeus's survival marked the beginning of the end for the Golden Age and the rule of the Titans. Rhea's bravery ensured that her son would live to fulfill the prophecy, setting the stage for a conflict that would reshape the cosmos. The balance of power was beginning to shift, and Kronos' paranoia, born of the prophecy, would soon become his undoing. In a sacred cave on the island of Crete, Zeus began to grow, nurtured by nymphs who cared for him with the devotion of a mother. Under Gaia's guidance, they instilled in him strength and wisdom, preparing him for the great destiny that lay ahead. Zeus was no ordinary child. Every movement, every word he spoke carried the promise of a future leader, destined to challenge the oppressive rule of the Titans. Hidden by Rhea and Gaia, Zeus grew as a beacon of hope for a world yearning for freedom. The cave was not just a refuge, it was a place of learning and transformation. The nymphs taught Zeus the secrets of nature and the balance of the cosmos. He began to understand the vastness of the sky, the raw power of thunder, and the freedom of the wind. As he roamed the mountains of Crete, he listened to the whispers of the world itself, discovering the divine forces that resonated within him. Gaia reminded him of the importance of restoring balance to the universe and the responsibility that came with his power. As Zeus matured, he became not only physically strong but also a god of exceptional intelligence and leadership. He understood that his battle against Kronos was not merely an act of personal vengeance, it was a necessary step to restore harmony to the cosmos. This sense of responsibility weighed heavily on Zeus, yet it also fueled his determination. During this time, Zeus received a powerful gift. Gaia and Rhea gained the support of the Cyclopes. In gratitude for their freedom, the Cyclopes forged for Zeus the mighty thunderbolts, weapons of unparalleled strength and symbols of his divine power. These thunderbolts became the ultimate expression of Zeus's authority, tools that would help him in the epic struggle to come. Additionally, the Cenomanes, impressed by Zeus's resolve, pledged their allegiance to him, strengthening his cause. As Zeus grew, he transformed from a hidden child into a powerful leader in waiting, destined to unite the forces that would challenge Kronos. He understood that he would not stand alone in this battle. Those who sought to overthrow the tyranny of the Titans rallied to his side, inspired by his strength and determination. What began in the quiet shadows of Crete was the foundation of a cosmic rebellion, one that would shake the heavens and the earth. Under Zeus's leadership, the gods would rise, challenging the Titans' rule and restoring balance to the universe. As Zeus grew stronger in the hidden cave of Crete, he knew his destiny was not only to overthrow his tyrannical father, but also to free his siblings, who had been swallowed by Kronos. This act of liberation would be the first step in dismantling the oppressive rule of the Titans and restoring balance to the cosmos. Guided by Gaia and Rhea, Zeus devised a bold plan to confront his father. Disguising himself as a wandering oracle, Zeus approached Kronos' court. Presenting himself as a stranger, he offered Kronos a potion of immense power, claiming it would enhance his strength and secure his reign. The potion, crafted by Gaia and Rhea, was no ordinary concoction. It was designed to force Kronos to expel the children he had devoured. Blinded by arrogance and unaware of Zeus's true identity, Kronos accepted the gift without question. The moment Kronos drank the potion, he felt a strange unease ripple through his body. Zeus stood before him, casting aside his disguise, and declared his true identity. "I am Zeus, your son, born to challenge your tyranny and restore justice to the cosmos." Kronos' shock and rage were short-lived as the potion began to take effect. His body convulsed violently, and he was powerless to stop what came next. One by one, Kronos' long-imprisoned children emerged. First came Hestia, followed by Demeter, Hera, Poseidon, and finally Hades. Each sibling, once trapped in darkness, was now freed, their spirits unbroken and their strength renewed. Kronos, weakened with every child he expelled, could only watch in despair as his hold over them crumbled. Zeus embraced each of his siblings, and together they stood as a united force, ready to challenge the Titan's reign. Addressing his siblings, Zeus proclaimed, "We are free now, but this is only the beginning. Together, we will end the tyranny of the Titans and bring balance to the cosmos." Inspired by Zeus's courage and leadership, his siblings pledged their allegiance to him. Each brought their unique powers to the cause. Poseidon commanded the seas, Hades held the wisdom of the underworld, Hera symbolized justice and order, Demeter brought the power of nature's abundance, and Hestia embodied the sacred hearth and unity. Zeus's alliance did not stop with his siblings. The Cyclopes, grateful for their freedom, forged the thunderbolts for Zeus, mighty weapons that symbolized his divine power. The Cenomines, their immense strength unmatched, also joined his cause. With their support, Zeus's army grew into a formidable force capable of challenging the Titans. This daring move by Zeus not only freed his siblings but also delivered a decisive blow to Kronos' authority. The Titan's reign was now shaken, and the balance of power in the cosmos had begun to shift. Zeus's boldness marked the dawn of a new era, setting the stage for the great battle to come, the Titanomachy. It was a moment that would forever change the fate of the universe, with Zeus leading the charge toward justice and a new cosmic order. With his siblings freed and his allies gathered, Zeus prepared for one of the greatest conflicts the cosmos had ever known. This war, known as the Titanomachy, was the epic battle between the Titans, defenders of the old order, and the gods, champions of a new era led by Zeus. It was a clash of not just power, but of destiny, with the very future of the universe hanging in the balance. The Titans gathered at Mount Othrys, their stronghold and fortress. Kronos called upon his mighty Titan siblings to rally against Zeus and his allies. The Titans, being the primordial forces of creation, possessed immense physical strength and divine power. Kronos was confident in his army's superiority, believing that the Titans, as the firstborn rulers of the universe, were invincible. Meanwhile, Zeus and his allies assembled at Mount Olympus. Under Zeus's leadership, his siblings, the Cyclopes and the Cenomines, joined forces. The Cyclopes, in gratitude for their freedom, had gifted Zeus his thunderbolts, Poseidon his trident, and Hades his helm of invisibility. The Cenomines, with their 100 hands, offered unparalleled strength, capable of hurling massive boulders and devastating the Titans' defenses. When the war began, its impact was felt across the cosmos. Oceans churned violently, mountains trembled, and even the stars seemed to quiver in their places. The Titans fought with overwhelming might, their attacks shaking the very fabric of the universe. Yet, Zeus and his allies countered with unmatched coordination and strategy. Zeus's thunderbolts lit up the sky, Poseidon's trident controlled the seas, and Hades' invisibility allowed him to strike unseen. The battle was not just a test of strength, but also one of strategy and resilience. Zeus, as a leader, used the unique powers of his allies to weaken the Titans. The Cenomines proved to be a decisive force, their immense strength breaking through the Titans' defenses by hurling boulders and collapsing their fortifications on Mount Othrys. The war raged on for 10 long years, an era of relentless destruction and cosmic upheaval. Neither side could claim victory for much of the conflict. The balance of power shifted constantly, with the Titans' ancient might clashing against the gods' growing determination. Slowly, however, Zeus's leadership and the unwavering loyalty of his allies began to turn the tide. Each thunderbolt Zeus hurled, each wave Poseidon commanded, and each rock thrown by the Cenomines chipped away at the Titans' dominance. The gods, united by a shared vision of a new cosmic order, pressed forward with relentless determination. The Titans, despite their immense power, began to falter under the weight of this unified resistance. The Titanomachy was not merely a war but a pivotal moment in the history of the cosmos. It marked the end of one era and the beginning of another. While the war was far from over, it was clear that the Titans' unchallenged reign was nearing its end, and a new order, led by Zeus, was on the rise. The fate of the universe rested on the outcome of this epic struggle. For 10 long years, the Titanomachy raged across the cosmos, shaking the very foundations of the universe. But as the war reached its climax, the gods, led by Zeus, began to gain the upper hand. Through relentless determination, strategic leadership, and the unwavering support of his allies, Zeus steadily dismantled the once mighty power of the Titans. Even Kronos, the most formidable of the Titans, found himself unable to withstand the united strength of the gods. The tide of the war turned decisively with the help of the Cyclopes and the Cenomanians. The Cyclopes had gifted Zeus his mighty thunderbolts, weapons of unparalleled power. Each time Zeus hurled a thunderbolt into the sky, it shattered the Titans' defenses, forcing them into retreat. Poseidon wielded his trident to command the seas, cutting off the Titans' escape routes. Hades, with his helm of invisibility, moved unseen among the Titans, striking fear into their hearts. Meanwhile, the Cenomanians hurled massive boulders with their 100 arms, leveling the Titans' strongholds and breaking their fortifications. The Titans' fortress at Mount Othrys, their last bastion of power, began to crumble under the relentless assault. Zeus, seizing the moment, launched a final, devastating attack. His thunderbolts rained down upon the mountain's peak, shattering it with an earth-shaking force. The Titans, overwhelmed and battered, had no choice but to surrender. Kronos and his loyal followers stood defeated before Zeus, their once unmatched strength reduced to nothing. With victory secured, Zeus and his siblings made a fateful decision. To ensure the Titans could never rise again, Kronos and the most dangerous of the Titans were cast into the depths of Tartarus, the shadowy abyss far below the earth. There, bound by unbreakable chains, they were imprisoned for eternity. The Cenomanians were stationed as eternal guards at the gates of Tartarus, ensuring the Titans would remain forever sealed in their dark prison. The fall of the Titans marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new cosmic order. Under Zeus's leadership, the Olympian gods established their reign. Zeus became the king of the gods, ruling the heavens. Poseidon took dominion over the seas, and Hades became the ruler of the underworld. Hera upheld justice and harmony, Demeter brought fertility and the bounty of nature, and Hestia preserved the sacred hearth and the unity of mortal and divine. The Titans' defeat was not merely the conclusion of a war but a profound transformation of the universe. The victory brought balance and order, signaling the rise of the Olympian gods as the new rulers of the cosmos. Yet, the legacy of the Titans endured, serving as a cautionary tale about the perils of unchecked power and the inevitability of change. Zeus's triumph ushered in a new age of stability and growth, where the cosmos could flourish under the guidance of the Olympian gods. With the Titans vanquished and a new order in place, the universe was finally ready to move forward into an era of peace and prosperity. After the fall of the Titans, the cosmos stood ready to be reshaped. Zeus, alongside his siblings, rose to power as the new rulers of the universe. At the summit of Mount Olympus, a sacred throne was established for the gods who now reigned over the heavens. This majestic mountain became the home of the Olympians and the center of the new order, symbolizing the triumph of balance and justice over tyranny. Zeus, as the king of the gods, assumed the mantle of leadership and took on the responsibility of maintaining cosmic order. Hera, representing justice and harmony, stood beside him, safeguarding the stability of Olympus. Poseidon ruled the seas, controlling the tides and the ocean's vast expanse. Hades presided over the underworld, governing the souls of the dead. Demeter, embodying fertility and nature's bounty, ensured the earth's productivity, while Hestia tended the sacred hearth, symbolizing unity and the sanctity of home. Together, these gods formed a divine council that ensured the universe operated in harmony. The rise of Olympus was more than just the ascension of a new pantheon, it was a rebirth of the cosmos. The oppressive rule of the Titans gave way to a new age built upon balance and justice. Under the protection of the Olympian gods, humanity began to thrive. The gods, now closer to mortals, took an active role in safeguarding the natural order and influencing human affairs, creating a bond between the divine and the earthly. However, this new order was not without its challenges. Despite his strength and wisdom, Zeus often had to intervene to preserve harmony. The personal ambitions and passions of the gods occasionally disrupted the balance, creating tension within Olympus itself. These divine conflicts also echoed into the mortal realm, intertwining the fates of gods and humans in unexpected and often dramatic ways. The birth of Olympus marked the beginning of a new era. The gods reshaped the universe, bringing forth a system rooted in justice and equilibrium. Yet, this newfound order carried a fragility of its own. The balance of power depended on the actions of the gods and their relationship with humanity. From their thrones atop Mount Olympus, the gods watched over the world, their decisions shaping the fate of this new age. The future of this divine order remained unwritten as the Olympians began their reign over a cosmos reborn. Though the Titans had been defeated and cast into the depths of Tartarus, their influence lingered in the new world shaped by the Olympian gods. The Titans were not merely forgotten, their existence became a reminder of the cyclical nature of power and the dangers of unchecked ambition. Their fall served as both a cautionary tale and a foundation upon which the new order was built. Zeus, aware of the destructive patterns of the past, sought to ensure that the reign of the Olympians would not repeat the mistakes of the Titans. The Titans had ruled with might and dominance, often disregarding balance and justice, and their downfall was a consequence of their hubris. Zeus, as the leader of the gods, instilled principles of fairness and harmony into the new divine order. Yet, even he could not escape the complexities of leadership, as power always carried with it the potential for conflict. The imprisonment of the Titans in Tartarus was a powerful symbol. Guarded by the Cenomans, the Titans remained a constant presence, their existence a reminder of what happens when pride and tyranny overshadow wisdom and restraint. For the Olympian gods, the Titans' fate served as a warning to govern wisely and to respect the delicate balance that held the cosmos together. Despite their defeat, the Titans left behind a legacy of strength and resilience. Many aspects of the natural world were tied to their names and powers, Oceanus to the seas, Hyperion to the sun, and Themis to the concepts of justice and order. The Olympians, while victorious, inherited much of the world the Titans had shaped, building upon their foundations to create a new era of prosperity. The memory of the Titanomachy echoed through the ages, its lessons woven into the fabric of myth and history. It symbolized the eternal struggle between old and new, chaos and order, power and responsibility. The Olympian gods, though triumphant, were not immune to the challenges that had undone their predecessors. The cycle of conflict and renewal was a fundamental part of the cosmos, ensuring that no order remained unchallenged forever. As the Olympians took their place on Mount Olympus, they carried with them the weight of the Titans' legacy. Their reign marked a new chapter in the story of the cosmos, but the lessons of the past remained ever present. The Titans, though defeated, continued to shape the world they had helped create, their influence immortalized in the myths and stories that celebrated both their strength and their downfall. And so, we reach the end of our journey through the realm of the gods, rising from the legacy of the Titans. This tale is not merely one of power and victory, but also of responsibility, justice, and renewal. Under Zeus's leadership, the gods brought balance to the cosmos, yet beneath every new order lies the echo of the past. The fall of the Titans serves as a reminder of the eternal cycles of the universe and the dangers that come with unbridled ambition. Like all beginnings, the rise of Olympus is a story still unfolding. The passions of the gods will intertwine with the fates of mortals, and the fabric of the universe will continue to be rewritten. But tonight, as we imagine the shimmering stars from the heights of Mount Olympus and listen to the silent hum of the cosmos, let us marvel at the grandeur of this divine order. These ancient tales are not just remnants of the past, they open doors to universal truths that resonate deeply within the human spirit. Now, close your eyes and let the whispers of this myth wrap around you, guiding you into a world of dreams. If you've enjoyed this magical journey, don't forget to follow Whisper Tales. There are countless myths, secrets, and enchanting stories waiting to be uncovered. Sweet dreams and peaceful slumber,